like not only having your lived experience, but also being in the field. I'm curious about how did you manage not just your own experience of going back to the land after so long and also having that eldest daughter responsibility of like taking care of mom? Because you kind of like briefly went into it, but let's go into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh, I was so nervous about this. I was like, "How am I gonna feel?" I have my own therapist, so, I, like, talk to my
Did you work on
therapist
it
about
before?
it. Yeah, I did. Here's the thing, being in the field means that I am what I advocate the most that I can is prevention, right? If you know that there's going to be a stressful situation coming up, the best we can do is prepare for it.
Yes.
Just prepare for it in the best way you can, and I do that as much as I can. So with my therapist, like I'm feeling a bit nervous, how I'm going to feel, and then thinking about, well, what do I need to help me feel better there? So actually, for the first few days of the trip, my spouse, my husband, came, and he went on that flight. He only came for he could only go there for the weekend. He's like, I'll go. I'm like, I want you there just for the first few days so that I have someone else to help ground me if I feel,
Totally.
So he came, talked to my therapist about it. And then there was a lot of having to accept and remind myself, like my mom is an adult, and like, we will face things as they happen. But I think not because sometimes, with being the eldest daughter and having had these responsibilities to care,
Mhm.
it's parentification, right? You're placed in the
Mhm.
role of an adult, and so then that makes it so that I'm a bit more attuned to some of my mom's needs, right? I'm like, oh, and so needing to recognize that I don't need to be as attuned.